Okay, we can call the meeting to order.
Call this meeting to order. This is a special planning commission meeting here on February the 5th, 2026. We do have one item to consider this morning. It's a public hearing item, and we'll ask Chad to go through this item and we'll deliberate on it.
Okay. Good morning. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to give credit to my team for putting it together and making this happen last minute as well. And I apologize if I missed you on the invite, but that won't happen again. But I appreciate everyone for showing up. I will say that this is one of those meetings where we're trying to improve our customer service and help people expedite if they have some, external situations or what have you going on. In this case, this applicant, Mr. Pate, is trying to close on a piece of property, and it can't happen until it's rezoned. So we'll go through the case. So this is a rezoning 1444-26. It's 12.43 acres. It's currently zoned community commercial. The applicant is Dylan Pate. It is located at 1319 Pisgah Road, SE, Southeast, and the request is to rezone 12.43 plus or minus from community commercial to residential single-family estate. There are no conditions to be met, and of course, the point of information is that any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense, and any relocation needs to occur before construction. We have spoken with Mr. Pate, and I want you all to understand his background information. Mr. Pate owns all the property surrounding his property as well, and it's insulated with that community commercial, but he does own the large piece of real estate with the acreage. So from the planning standpoint, we will recommend approving the zone.
Sure. Since it's a public hearing, we'll take public comments starting now. If you will, come forward, state your name, if you're a citizen of or a resident of Decatur, and make your comments. Do we have a signing sheet, Chad?
We'll get a piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sign
We'll get a
whatever.
signing sheet. All right.
Just like Chad said, thank you guys very much for the meeting today. I know it's kind of short notice, but my name's Dylan Pate, and I've been through this process before with you guys. Kent kind of walked me through what I needed to do and to leave it zone B2, so that's what I've done. I actually had the back portion of this property annexed into the city when we did the original zoning, and that was supposed to suffice for everything because B2 is a catch-all, as he put it, and I could get a variance to build a house. So I did that, got the variance, built the house, completed construction about a month and a half ago. We're in the house, and I'm running into an issue getting a mortgage on it because it's getting kicked back out of underwriting saying that the variance isn't necessarily transferable. So if the house were to burn down, I'd have to get a new variance, and there's no guarantee that I could get a new variance to build another residence there. So they don't like that. They want it zoned to residential in order to get a mortgage on it. So it's kind of where I am, kind of stuck, if you will. So that's kind of, Kent told me just come up here and try to get it rezoned R1E.
All right.
That's basically all I have. Y'all have any questions for me? No, ma'am, just the one. And I want to leave the front acreage commercial, just in case. It's got Highway 31 road frontage, so I don't want that zone residential. That needs to stay commercial in case in the future somebody wants to come in and do something with that.
So can I ask that question? So you own the lots in front of it?
Yes, sir.
Frontage too?
So how about the 1321 lot? Is that that's the one?
That's a cemetery.
Okay.
Yep.
And then it backs right up to the refuge?
Yes, sir. Surrounded by refuge on the back and south side.
I believe part of those lots in the back there are not incorporated into the city.
All right. Anyone else here wish to speak to this item?
Good morning. Mike Faruqi, Decatur, Alabama, resident. Can I walk over here and can you all understand what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, because I know some of you are new, and I've had this discussion with many of you previously. The reason I'm only here is because, number one, and I understand your point, that you want to rush this through. And it's really not a rush because I've been down there when the first notice came out, and I drove my motorcycle down and I looked at this area. No problem, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the problem, and it goes back to how we relay information. I've never seen this when you call this special council meeting. This does not exist on the website for the city, this information here. So nobody else but me had any concerns about this as an issue. So I would ask you, when you relay these information, or you have these special call meetings, the very first question, I understand customer service, but notification of this is a problem. If we're not going to share why we're having this, why do we have a special called council meeting for this event today? What would be the harm in going to a naturally scheduled meeting versus a special call meeting? And I understand your concerns, absolutely.
I can explain myself
No,
on that point.
I get
also.
you. So that's the first question.
Yes, sir.
Why do we call these things? The second question is notification. So notification, I saw the signs. The signs were originally put down here, right? For notification of this property being rezoned?
When they originally put the signs up?
Yeah.
I believe so. I
Yeah.
believe they were put down there.
Right. So unless you lived on this little road here, and I don't know if there was notification because the requirement is 500 feet. So I don't know if anybody who lives within 500 feet of your property had any concerns. But the part of the zoning regulation which you all approved and the city approved still would allow very few people to have any understanding about what's going on. Because the question you just asked is, are you going to build more homes? That question was never answered in any meeting prior to this one. And I felt pretty confident that one house, no problem. This could have been, how many acres is this, 12 acres?
12 and a half, yes, sir.
Okay, that could be a lot of houses, because I live on Central, and Central's been built up with a whole bunch of houses. In fact, more are being built as we speak. So the impact on the neighborhood, in this case, minimal. Could be more. And it goes back to the process of how we approve and why we don't notify people about what's going on in their own footprint. Now, if I'm not mistaken, none of you are in District 3, is that correct? I've been asking that before. So nobody has any idea on the impact of this within the city planning directorate. And we don't have a District 3 representative here to say, yeah, verily, I go up this road all the time. So the process in terms of having a firm understanding needs to be looked at. Now, Chad, what I would say to you is...
3 minutes, bro, just so you guys know.
Can I continue?
Wrap it up, please.
Okay, please. The last thing, and I've made this comment several times, this is the area of operations. You have a very good footprint of the area of operations. What you don't show the public is the impact of the area of interest, a broader view. Where is this property, for anybody who doesn't know, and maybe most of you don't know, but this property is right in my neighborhood. I go up this road every single day. And so having an understanding for the public on Highway 31, south and north, there's this traffic light up here. This is a hill, actually, as you go up. So there's an impact potentially with a bunch of residents popping in here if... Excuse me?
Yes, sir, he's wrapping up.
Yeah.
Take 1 more minute and let's...
I appreciate that. So just having a broader perspective on what's actually happening in the footprint. I appreciate my time. Thank you.
Sure. All right.
I don't have any problem.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else here wish to speak to this item?
Yes, when we put out the signs don't go on the property. We don't put it on 31. They might see it on 31, but we do it because if you put it on 31, they're going to think that property being rezoned. So we put it on the property that's being rezoned. And the people who go down the road are the people who are going to get affected the most, so those are the ones who going to see. So he is right on that. We do want the folks who down that road, there's the road, to see.
And
so
they
get the sign notification in the letters. And within 500 feet, they get the letters as well.
And the whole point of it is that it's primarily for the people that are immediately adjacent to the property and who has a vested interest. Like, we wouldn't expect someone from another part of town.
Well, as a planner, though, from the perspective of traffic flow, if 12 new acres were built up there and a new subdivision was going to be built there, that would have an impact larger than just this one family resident.
Correct.
So having that visibility and that understanding and notification process a little bit broader would be helpful to the community.
That's a hypothetical.
And if that happens, there'll have to be a plat come to the planning commission.
That's right.
It's a whole, yeah.
Subdivided, so there's another whole process.
Well, does the plat have to come in this, with the same package? Because I've seen several times where that doesn't happen.
Yes, everything is subdivided.
Drainage, it comes with road layout, it comes with a lot more, the whole civil package.
Yeah, there's a lot involved in that.
Is the plat then, because I've seen several rezonings like this, from one to another, and I've not seen any plats whatsoever, and you guys approve them.
Sometimes.
The plan is for a subdivision, if it was gonna be subdivided and subdivision built on it, it'd have to come with a plat, a layout, a subdivision layout, it'd have to go through 4 or 5 different steps before he could.
There'd be a DOT study, there would be a
Yeah, all
water
kinds of
study,
stuff.
Drainage,
study. There's a lot that goes into doing, because I've looked at doing
Yeah.
stuff on Highway 31 road frontage. It gets really difficult when you start doing that. You gotta spend a lot of money to even get to the starting point of building out there. The first thing would be a DOT study, and they're gonna make you put a turnout lane. They would never allow a neighborhood back there because it is a small road, Pisgah is,
Yeah.
that doesn't have any kind of deceleration lane. So what's back there is pretty much all they're ever gonna allow without putting an acceleration lane or a turnout lane at the bottom there on 31.
Right.
So I've gone through that with Pew Wright, and Richard's helped me through it, but it cost too much money for me. So
Yeah,
I can't do it, you know, so.
All right, I'm assuming nobody else had any more public comments. I think we got everybody here. So, okay, we've got this item before us. Is there a motion among the commission here on this item?
I'd like to make a motion to approve as
Okay.
presented.
Got a motion by Mr. Terry,
Second motion.
second by Mr. Mosier. Any discussion among the commission?
I have a question.
Okay, Ms. Burrs?
You sent notices out to the people surrounding. Did you get any responses?
No, we did not. And that's a requirement by law. We have to do that. Every time we have a rezoning, it's a state law, so.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
No question, just a comment though to Mr. Faruqi's remark in regards to notification on the website. I found myself in the opposition of actually agreeing. We probably could have and should try to get the agendas published on the website before we had the meetings. I don't think it was published, was it?
We had to
I
put
know it was
out,
time constraint and stuff like that. you know.
we had to put out a notification about this meeting in order to have it.
Right. But as far as the information, what the meeting was about, that kind of stuff.
We send it to the newspaper and they advertise it and publish it. And
But to his point on the website, for a citizen to be able to pull it down, again, I found myself in the opposition agreeing with Mr. Faruqi that, yeah, we probably could and should do a better job getting that posted out there. Understand the time constraint.
on the city website,
And the city website, yeah.
we can talk to legal and see if that's something we can do,
Yeah.
potentially.
We do it for our normal meetings.
Okay.
As for special meetings, so citizens can, go to the website, that's where I go, to pull down that information and stuff, so. But, other than that, I'm good.
Okay, anyone else have any questions, comments? All right, this item, you call the roll, please.
Ford,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Wade,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Burrows,
Yes.
Moser,
Yes.
Lloyd.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's approve 7-0, and I think that